Today we're going to be reacting to the brand new Harry Styles album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally.
This is Harry Styles' fourth studio album, and it comes off the back of his single release of Aperture, which we have reacted to. And it was definitely a different direction, not one I expected him to go in. So I'm intrigued to see what he does with the full album.
Well, let's kick it off with that first track, Aperture. When we reacted to this, I did quite like this track.
Yeah. It's interesting to see the lead single being the first track on the album. So this must be what sets the tone for the entire project. It's got a proper vibe to it. But again, just not what you would expect to have Harry Styles' name attached to.
I saw him performing this at the Brits the other week as well, and there was a crazy dance routine going along with it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it felt very like Talking Heads. It was an interesting performance, to say the least. I love that clear up of the sound there, and then that echoing of the last word. Just interloping it into the beat so seamlessly.
It's a very feel-good dance track, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite like ambient dance track, rather than it being straight EDM. Kind of thing you'd expect to hear at like the happiest warehouse rave you've ever been to.
Oddly specific.
Yeah. I do wonder who's done all the production and electronic work on this album, and whether they'll have a catalogue of songs that we might be familiar with. I'm intrigued to know. If anybody knows who has done that kind of work on this album, I'd be intrigued to know if they did other work as well that we might be familiar with. Maybe.
I think one thing that track has going for it is it's very recognisable. It's instantly one that you remember. Obviously, the lyrics are repetitive to a certain extent, but that works in a dance track anyway. That's not to its detriment. But because of the beat and it swells up in moments, but it always goes back to a similar soundscape. So I feel like even after hearing it once, I know all about it. Do you know what I mean? And then I could sing along, you could dance along to it. And I imagine at a live show, even people who have only heard it on the radio once or twice can have a proper boogie to it. Yeah,
definitely. And those kind of like synthesized chords in the background almost have a Deadmau5 feel to them. That kind of 2000s era trancey kind of ambient sound EDM. Really good stuff. But like we say, we've already reacted to that track, so not too much more to say on that. Let's jump straight into the next track here with American Girls.
Sounds like the start of a Linkin Park track.
It does, yeah. It's exactly what I was thinking. Do, 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 do. Oh, that bass. That like poppy kick drum as well.
Ooh, those harmonies are nice.
Oh. I like that kind of almost synthesized slap bass as well. Oof.
And it's really the hi-hat kind of keeping the tempo in that opening section.
Oh.
Muffled drums in the background. Almost sound underwater.
Oh, there's a few extra things added in there. It's a very catchy hook as well.
The Just Girls.
Oh. It's definitely following in that style of the first track. Kind of upbeat ambient. I'm quite impressed with that. I think that is exactly what I was expecting after the first track. It stayed in the same style. We had the same kind of light and happy ambient electronic feel to it. And also, whilst the hook was repetitive, because the elements kept swapping up in the background and how catchy the hook was, it really felt like it never overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, lyrically it was quite simplistic, but I thought the production choices were really good. I enjoyed the percussion, the way in some sections there was kind of the muffled drums and then there was more concentration on the hi-hat. And there was one point in about the middle of the song where everything just kind of opened up for a second and it kicked in, and I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a relatively straightforward track, but one that I appreciated still.
Yeah, and there was definitely room there to have some improvement and maybe to get some more experimental sounds on it potentially. So let's see what happens with Ready, Steady, Go.
And if you haven't already, you need to go hit subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us which other Harry Styles album we should listen to, because I have never listened to a full Harry Styles album up to this. So let us know.
Not heard much music other than Watermelon Sugar, to be honest, which is an absolute banger. So I would be happy to listen to more.
One time is alright.
Oh.
2 times is 1 too many.
Such a clean bass.
1, 2, 3 times you're on me, and suddenly ready, steady, go.
There's a really subtle harmony on it as well.
You touch me goodnight.
Ooh, even more.
Butterfly both our bellies. You and me are skipping sleep with dirty feet. Ready, steady, go. You call it love.
Oh,
You call it only.
that's a little bit of acoustic.
You got it now. Why away? Do my. But you got it.
I liked before it kind of kicked in. It almost sounded like he was drunk with the vocal effects. You could barely make out what he was saying, and then that more that radio style in the actual drop was cool.
Yeah.
Ready, steady, go.
This is all over the place. This song, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, little whisper before the drop then. Oh, this feels like 21 Pilots at this point. Like, big time 21 Pilots. If you'd have told me 10 plus years ago. By the way, this song here, this is a Harry Styles track. I'd be like, no, it's not. There ain't no way. But amazingly, his vocals are so well suited to this style of music. I didn't expect it to be like this.
There was much more vocal experimentation on that track, and I think that was the best thing about it for me. The little drop with it, that was cool as well. But I liked the fact that they were messing around with different styles and kind of making it suit the different elements of the song. I don't know about that one. I feel like I need to hear it again because it was a bit like, what's going on? There was loads of different dropouts and drop-ins and instruments coming in and out, but it was a cool track again.
I think that's my favourite so far, purely based on the fact that it was simple but complex. There was a lot going on, but the path that it followed, was very formulaic. Like every verse was the same, but then they were doing different things with it, adding different sounds in, which was kind of the same as American Girls, that had that same kind of vibe where we had these new sounds introduced in every verse. But like I was saying, it had very reminiscent values of 21 Pilots, even a little bit of the new Five Sauce album. If anybody's listened to that, that felt like a little bit of what they were doing in there as well. I liked it.
The only thing that's concerned me so far, and I'm not upset by it yet, but the first three tracks have all felt quite formulaic and safe. In like if you go back and listen to any of them again, I would imagine it's a bit like, oh yeah, I know, like there's not many. I don't know, it feels like it's on one path. That's not a problem, but I just want a little bit of something else. Do you know what I mean?
I think the word sanitized potentially could have been a bit more crazy, but maybe they're just trying to get that little bit of edge into the mainstream and trying to keep it a bit more normal so that it is more appealing to a wider audience.
I'm just craving at some point in this album a raspy vocal or a heavier drop.
There's got to be one track where he just loses his shit. I'm hoping for it.
Well, let's go on to track number 4. Are you listening yet?
And are you subscribed yet?
Are you?
Are you?
If not, why not? Disgraceful.
God knows your life is on the brink.
No.
Your therapist, well fed, the fix of all fixes, unintimate sex. You like the way she talks, never what she
This has got big indie vibes.
Tickled. Are you listening yet?
Have you had your tummy tickled, brother?
I don't like that. I don't want my tummy tickled.
But the message is wet. It sounds inviting, but you don't believe in it yet. You keep forgetting your mantra, which thoughts you had on your own, ignoring all of your friends at the end of their rope. Now you're allowed in choices. Are you listening yet? Between your head
Oh,
and some the rest instead. Oh, can you hear the thought?
Great drums.
yeah.
Oh, are you listening yet? Oh, are you listening yet? Don't blink or mix the medium.
Oh.
You're smarter than
Felt like they were teasing a drop then.
that. So you start to scream right back. This unpredictable
This feels like a different vocal style again. I don't think we've heard this so far.
It's not like spoken word in it almost.
dancing. Now you're allowed in choices. Are you listening yet?
It's the offbeat snare as well. Just gives it this thumping energy.
was like you could like row, do you know what I mean? You could do some mad exercise to this track.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the spin class just going ham.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Peloton. Nice little bit of guitar. I'm always here for a nice little mini guitar solo.
Like the choir vocals kind of getting louder and louder in the background. Best track for the drums by a mile on this album so far. They really had a lot to do in that track. And as you mentioned and alluded to, I quite liked the more spoken word vocal style. It added more tempo and, I don't know, a bit more authority to the track.
Yeah, I think the production on that one was possibly my favourite so far. There was a lot going on with what they were doing in the background. The drums had a lot of different changes to it because obviously initially we heard the kind of more analog drum kit sound. Then moving forwards, we got a bit more of an electronic feel to it. And then at that last little like 10 seconds, that crazy ding, 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 ding. Don't know what that was, but really enjoyed that. I thought that was decent. Again, I think we're going... We're definitely staying in the field of Aperture, and this is not what I expected. Don't know why I went with the word "not" then. This is what I expected. This is not what I expected, meaning it is what I expected, and I'm happy that it has gone in this direction, and it hasn't gone in some weird... I don't even know what other direction it could have gone in.
Well, Tim, let's go on to track number 5, Taste Back.
He was a fairy. Oh, that arpeggiated synth. A lot of heavy synth work going on so far. Very... I don't even know. It's making me feel really good though. It's nice and happy.
You know what vibe some of these tracks have given me for some reason? Owl City. You know, like that feel-good electronic just...
Yeah.
But like more just like clean vocals and like a positive vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't sound the same, but it just gives me that same internal feeling.
Yeah, that's a good comparison because I love me some Owl City. I was going to say, I forget how good Harry's vocals are, but it's Harry fucking Styles. Of course his vocals are good. Come on.
Even just that,
yeah,
that was beautiful.
I love where it goes when he says back on the taste back. Very satisfying. That was a lovely little track.
A lovely little track full of lovely little lyrics. I thought that was kind of a step down in energy, which in terms of the flow of the album, I think it has flowed quite well so far, actually. We've had a little increase every now and then, little decrease. That felt slightly different to the other tracks for some reason. There was less focus on the drums and the beat as a whole and a bit more on the vocals, and I quite enjoyed it. It gave me a moment to chill out.
Yeah, and there was a lot more... Well, I mean, they've all been very synth-focused, but that one felt like you were saying, with less drums, it felt like you were literally just listening to that arpeggiated, that kind of wobbling notes with Harry Styles' voice. And the drums were there, but it was more just keeping time and just keeping it flowing, rather than that being a centerpiece, which on the other tracks it has done. So, yeah, I think it was good to swap it up and still being able to keep it in the same realm. I think, you know what, so far, we're 5 tracks in, and they work. It is working really nicely so far. So we've got track number 6 coming next, which is The Waiting Game.
Halfway point of the album.
Some aggressive plucking on the guitar. Yeah. Oh. That's very interesting. Sonically, that's a lot to wrap your head around. It's like another vocal style again. It's the man of a million voices.
Oh, yeah, it changed.
Yeah,
Pitch then, didn't it?
Key change, yeah. Back to a nice major key chorus, though. Feels like it's got a much more somber feel to it, hasn't it?
It's a bit sadder. But I suppose based on the lyrical content, someone played The Waiting Game and it didn't work. They got hurt anyway, so rest in peace. Just like I'm hurt that everyone who's watching is still playing The Waiting Game with the subscribe button.
Oh, and
to hit that button.
There's a like button there too. It's just to the right of it, I think. Down here somewhere. It's just fucking, you know where it is.
Do you know, I liked that, right? I said this a couple of tracks ago, but I kind of feel like I'm listening and I could just have a little nap. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's not particularly a negative. It's relaxing me. I'm feeling quite like happy and chill. But I'm waiting for a little bit of excitement still. We finished. We're halfway through the album, and I kind of feel like I'm listening to like a lo-fi hip hop album with Harry Styles over the top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like lo-fi beats to chill, to relax, to study to. That kind of
it's still good. I've still enjoyed the tracks for what they are, but I'm just waiting for a little bit more personality, a little bit more energy in there.
Yeah, I think I'd really like to see at least one track where we get a bit more of kind of like a proper dance track versus these kind of slower numbers where it's more like you can have a boogie to it, but it's more to just chill to and just hang out to. But again, I think we have to take it into the merit of what it could be, and this could be an album that they're aiming in that direction to have it. So we don't want too much energy. We just want it to be nice and relaxed. And all of these tracks so far have been really good in the way that I know Harry Styles. Well, I don't know that much about Harry Styles' discography.
You know him?
I know him personally, Harry Styles. I've met him a couple of times. I have not. Just to clarify. This is something where I think they're actually going down a route where it's obviously there's potential radio play there, but it does feel like it's something that he's wanted to do for a long time and something that he's been building towards. Like I've said, not listen to his other stuff in his discography, so I can't comment on everything. But I like to imagine that some of the stuff was more like radio pop hits. And if Watermelon Sugar is anything to go off, and that's my limited knowledge, again, let us know if we need to listen to any other of his albums, which ones are the best ones to do. I would think that this is probably his most experimental and out there album for an artist at the size of Harry Styles, being in the realm of music that he's been in previously.
Yeah, it feels experimentally safe. Like he's experimented, but he's not quite gone over the mountain yet. Do you know what I mean? He's just reaching the peak.
There is some artists,
we hit that peak and carry on.
Yeah, he doesn't want to alienate the fan base that he's got. So he's going, you know what? I want to try this new style, but I don't want to try it too much because I don't want to alienate the fans that I've got that like my previous stuff. So I still want to keep some aspects in there.
Well, season 2 Weight Loss is up next, which is a very odd title.
What? Flying here somewhere.
Me after the Christmas period.
Right, yeah.
How did that confuse you?
I thought you meant The Fly. Okay. Video get Aphex Twin.
I liked that.
Immediately Aphex Twin. Oh. This is really nice. This has got such a unique sound to it, but it feels familiar. It's odd.
It feels like there's something missing to me. I'm waiting to see if something else joins the mix later on in the track, because it's quite a long one. Like we're building still. That drum beat is really good.
Yeah. Especially with the just like restrained use of the crash cymbals. Like there, and then just gone. Oh. There's that bit of a swap up you were after. Just a little ride cymbal. Ding, ding, ding.
You know what this kind of feels like? Imagine you're watching a TV show and there's someone that's really twisted and they're like in the club and it's kind of emptying out and they're walking around and it's a bit blurry and the drums, there's like drums coming from a distance. They're trying to make it to the toilet. Do you know, it sounds like that. It sounds like the soundtrack for a TV show where you're kind of in the club, but there's something dodgy going on. And I don't know, there was just a weird feeling to that track as a whole.
One thing I want to say is if there's any big Harry Styles fans out there that are watching this video and you know anybody that is a big 21 Pilots fan and maybe they're not put onto Harry Styles' music just yet, get them to listen to this album because I genuinely think this is going in a direction that is very interesting, but also it encapsulates a lot of sounds that are in the realm of 21 Pilots. I'm not saying it sounds exactly like 21 Pilots. It doesn't even sound like it's really inspired by it, but it's in that realm. And I think this is going to be a really good way for Harry Styles to break out of kind of the mold that he was put into, that, you know, like as me and you not listening to his music, we perceive him to be in that mold of just pop star music, that kind of just generic-y, obviously not too generic because Watermelon Sugar was out there, but not somebody that really pushes boundaries. Again, with Watermelon Sugar.
I'm wondering how many times you can mention Watermelon Sugar in this video.
And yeah, so I think this will be one where he can expand his fan base and bring in new listeners that perhaps weren't really big into his previous style. Whereas this is, I don't know, it seems a lot more, I don't even know what the word is.
Do you know what I worry about? I worry about if this is quite enough of a switch. Like, it's a very big change from his usual, more radio-friendly music. However, I think he's still kept it very radio-friendly. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I can't think of a good... Right, this is an example of someone who did it well that you won't like. But, like, MGK switched from rap to pop-punk, right? And he went from rap to pop-punk. This feels like Harry Styles has gone from pop to pop electronic, kind of pop still, but kind of electronic, but it's a bit different. And I like it. I'm enjoying it. But I don't know if it's enough to bring the people that like that style in.
But can you compare the two, really? Can you compare fucking pop icon Harry Styles?
No, I'm not. I'm comparing this level of switch.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But when you're at that size, can you afford to do such a big switch? Have they had to play it safe? Maybe there's some cuttings of this. Maybe they release a deluxe version. Maybe they release like unreleased versions. We're not done yet. But I think it could have been one where it went to executives and they've gone, can we just turn it back a little? Can we just bring it back down a tiny little bit? But let's find out, because up next we've got Coming Up Roses. We're going to get an orchestral piece.
Tell me your fears. I've turned back the clocks. It's that time of year. If we stay the course, we could get it right.
Oh, beautiful.
But I'm not devoid of an appetite. And everything seems to be coming up roses, but I'm scared if we're both.
Is that a phrase that I've just never heard?
Yeah. Coming Up Roses. Everything's coming up roses.
Just for tonight, let's go hangover chasing. Now talk your ear off about why it's safe.
I like that line. Let's go hangover chasing.
Fall flat on my face through the truth. Just say the word and we'll take up the test, where we flirt with the bad ones and skip all the rest. But we see out the night with your head on my chest, me and you. There's only me and you.
Oh.
I see your tears on account of my wants.
I'm liking this.
It appears that I'm feeling guilty and worried, dear, that you think that I might not want you here.
Quite liking the storytelling, lyrical style here.
To be bringing us closer, and my backseat in your life, judging while you drive. Just for tonight, let's go hangover chasing. Now talk your ear off about why it's safe, as I fumble my words and fall flat on my face through the truth. Just say the word and we'll take up the test, where we flirt with the bad ones and skip all the rest. But we see out the night with your head on my chest, me and you. There's only me and you.
Almost sounded like Michael Bublé there. That was weird. If you'd have just played me that line, I could have believed that was Michael Bublé.
Harry Bublé. Michael Styles. Michael Bublé. Okay. I'm loving this orchestral stuff, though. I'm a sucker for an orchestra, though.
Well, don't listen to Timothy Chalamet then. Did an interview the other day and said, I'm glad I'm not doing something like ballet or opera that no one cares about.
Criminal.
Horrible young man.
Horrible.
It's only me and
What instrument's that in the background there?
That isn't a glockenspiel. I didn't hear a single glockenspiel then, don't lie.
That's such a nice ending. That just using his vocals, pairing the vocals with the orchestra and the potential glockenspiel that might have been in there. That what a way to end a track. And interestingly, that's the only track I've seen so far where the written by credits is purely just Harry Styles. So if he has actually written out the sheet music for the musicians and put everything together in that track, I'm really impressed, because that was obviously the most heartfelt and actually did swap it up. But this is the thing that's really interesting about this, is that we've had an EDM influx through the whole album. That track didn't have it, but it didn't feel out of place.
I think it's because it's all been quite calm. It was a change in pace, but because of the vocal style and kind of, I don't know, just the calm nature of the track as a whole, it didn't seem weird in any way, shape or form. I mean, obviously they're written by being just Harry Styles, and I noticed throughout that I quite liked the journey we were going on throughout the track, the story that he was taking us through with the lyrics. I thought that was really good. And to be honest, I thought it was just a nice direction for the album to go in. Weirdly, I feel like that could have been a really good ending track. That could have closed out the album well. But I'm now intrigued to see where we go with the final few tracks. Like, are we going to go back up, or are we just going to carry on crying?
Well, the next track is Pop. I had to say it. I had to, just in case it didn't track. Immediately doesn't sound like pop. Oh, back with those funky drum beats.
Daytime, mainline, no more rolling papers, catching stray dogs, try but you can tame them. It's just me on my knees, squeaky clean fantasy. It's meant to be pop.
Pop.
Great guitar work in the background. Not too much, just a little minimal riff just to tide us over. I quite like the production around it. Sounds a bit gritty.
I just really like the pop. Pop. Oof. That's a dirty bass line. That bass is like leaving an emptiness around it as it's stuttering. Oh, I'm sad it's gone.
Yeah, that bass is so deep, it can just cut through the rest of the track. It's weird.
Oh. Oh, that high pass filter, making it sounding circular. Jesus. Blow your fucking low end out of that, wouldn't it?
I feel like they should have done something else there after having that big low end come in. It shouldn't have just been the same chorus again. They should have.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I love this chorus. I'm not usually a man who can kind of take in lyrics and figure out what they mean on the first time listening to a song. But to me, That seemed like he was saying, it's meant to be pop. I know I'll do it again. I'm taking up all your time. It's making me pop. Is that him basically saying, look, I get it. I know you've expected pop music from this album, but that's not what I want to do now. And you're going to get it again. And I might be taking up your time listening to this album because you wanted it to be pop, but it's not. Is that what he was getting at with that, do you think?
I don't know. I find it really weird, actually, because I think Harry Styles is an artist at the level of which whatever he releases will effectively become pop. Because really it's like pop radio, where whatever the radio is playing all the time mainly is what's classed as pop music. And I think there'll be 3 or 4 tracks off this that are going to be on repeat for the next year on every major radio station. So, and on every Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Like, it's not electronic music, is it?
No.
Really?
No.
So then
It's synthesized pop.
Yeah, it'll fall into pop.
Yeah, so it's kind of in the same way how, like, for example, in the metal genre, you had Bring Me the Horizon doing Sempiternal in 2013. And then ever since there, like, 3 or 4 years later, everyone else started biting on that style.
Mm-hmm.
And then metalcore became entirely different to what it was because this big artist in that genre did that. And I see what you're saying with Harry Styles. It'd be a similar thing where when he swaps up, everybody pays attention. And they might not do it straight away. It might take a couple of years for other people to take note. But I'd be intrigued to see if we saw more of this electronic style in the pop space.
I think we definitely will, especially if a couple of these tracks do really well numbers-wise, which is kind of a given. People are going to have the favourites. They're going to get played loads. So anyway, Tim, we've only got 3 tracks left, and Harry is telling us to dance no more. So I have a feeling this could be a little bit more of a chill track, maybe. Or he's just blue balling me.
It's got a funky bass line. Oh.
I don't think we should be here. I see no water reference, but the music keeps hitting me like a 10 out of 10. So I don't think. No, I don't think. Conversation is here and you get it all off your chest. You can come over here to tell me again and again what you think.
Just loads of random vocals, like people shouting or having a conversation in the background.
Side to side with your hands up high, keep your customer satisfied and live your life. DJs don't dance no more, they said.
Oh. Funky.
We wanna dance with all our friends.
This is feeling like early 90s electro. Do you know what I mean?
Feeling like the music has been heaven sent, and there's no difference in between the tears and the sweat. DJs don't dance.
Do you remember when I was saying that his Brits performance seemed like Talking Heads? This feels like Talking Heads as well. I think he's been listening to a lot of them. Oh. Or Uptown Funk. Boom. Boom, boom.
Side to side with your hands up high, keep your customer satisfied and live your life. DJs don't dance no more, they said.
All right. That little I just had to pause it because I fucking love it when artists do that. When they've clearly done the voice note of what they want the synth to do, and then they put it in, and then they say, you know what, actually, we're just going to keep you doing that over the top of it. I just wanted to point that out because I love that shit. Well, some good advice from Harry Styles at the end there. Respect your mother and get your feet wet. Don't know what the feet wet one means, but definitely respect your mother. Everybody respects your mothers.
He must just like wet feet and his mum.
Happy feet.
I actually think that was the worst track on the album so far.
Oh.
I enjoyed the funky bass line. I thought the kind of bass, like not the bass itself, but the center of the track was quite fun and funky, but it just felt a bit too repetitive for me. We heard that DJ line a fair few times. I don't know, it had me moving. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it felt like more of a phoned-in track.
I think it felt very reminiscent of, I don't know what era it is, because I don't know when dance music came out, but like late 80s, early 90s, it felt in that era, because we even had that weird like synth, and then we had the kind of shouting like school kids kind of vibe going on. And what was interesting though, with the lyrics in that one going off the back of what I noticed in pop as well, he's saying all music feels like it was heaven sent, and that you can't tell the difference between the blood and the sweat, and DJs don't dance no more. Kind of sounds like he's saying everything's so phoned in, everything's so formulaic, and everything's just inside a box. And it feels like somebody's just giving the music to these artists, and nobody's actually, the blood and sweat isn't there because it's just being pumped out on a mass scale, which kind of ties into him going down this route with this album, because maybe he feels like he's been put into that box and he's trying to break out of it.
However, I completely agree with you that song feels very influenced by earlier music of a similar style. So that being the lyrical content doesn't bode well, because this is influenced and it's worse than the stuff that it's influenced by. It's not built on it. It's not really changed it. It was pretty much just one bass line with very repetitive lyrics over it. Like, I didn't hate the track, but I would rather listen to the tracks that influenced it, because this didn't go above and beyond at all. It just felt like a bit of a rip-off.
Yeah, whereas if you listened to the originals, you knew that was original at the time, so you kind of have a different respect for it. Yeah, I see that. But I guess what he's trying to say is that music nowadays is just like paint by numbers, which is up next. And I genuinely think he could be saying that in this song, to be honest.
Let us know as well what your favourite track off this album is, because there's been a lot of different little changes, but it's kind of stayed on a similar soundscape. So I want to know, Harry Styles fans, what is your favourite?
What a gift it is to be noticed, but it's nothing to do with me. You've got to wonder if there's a reason to believe it's a lifetime of learning to paint by numbers and watching the colors run.
Ooh. That was an interesting sound.
It's a little bit complicated when they put an image in your head and now you're stuck with it. You're the luckiest, or the irony holding the weight of the American children whose hearts you break. It's a lifetime of picking from one or the other, kids with water guns. Watch them run. It's a
Very nice bass.
lifetime.
And that's been across the album.
Learning to paint by numbers, watching the colors run.
Very calm and relaxed little number there.
It felt very Beatles inspired, didn't it?
I thought that.
Like Abbey Road style. I think what really intrigues me about that track is there wasn't a whole lot going on. A bit of acoustic, a bit of trumpet. We had a bass that was really nice. Again, the bass throughout the album, the tone, the bass lines, everything about the bass has been fantastic. Drums too.
It's all about the
really
bass.
good stuff. It's all about that bass. Meghan Trainor is not featured on this album. Thank fuck. Anyway, the bass lines and the drums and everything like that, fantastic. The only thing that concerns me somewhat is that we've got to an age where that has 3 writing credits on it, when it was, 2 minutes 27? And
Very simple.
It was just vocals and a guitar, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's go on to the last track, Tim. We've got one more left. See if we take it up a notch with Carla's song.
I don't think so. Any name and then song is always a heartfelt somber song.
What if it's about someone who used to party with all the time?
Oh, we'll find out, won't we? Somebody knocking on the door.
There is a bridge that leads to troubled water.
It's so slightly offbeat, that
If you know,
weird noise.
you know. If you
The little
don't,
woodpecker.
then you don't. It's heavenly. From your head to your toes, it's all the light in the gold that you discover. Through your eyes and all melodies like a tide.
Oh,
It's all waiting there for you. It's all waiting there for you. Can you hear the voice deliver in the new? It's all
that little injection of that snare and that hi-hat's just added. Oof.
Just a little guitar in my left ear only.
That swelling of that synth and then dropping it out. Oh,
It's all waiting there for you.
I feel like it's all going to get really grand at some point. It's really going to open up.
Can you hear the voice deliver?
it's building, innit? It's building.
It's all waiting there for you.
Tigga-tigga-tigga-tigga. No.
It's all waiting there for you.
Or it might not. Given the flow of this album, it might just really slow down. Oh, see?
Man's going sick on that hi-hat. Fucking earning his money.
What's he doing?
Funky. Funk Central. Funkalicious. Funkadelic. Nice.
Didn't quite do what I wanted it to.
Oh, but I'm liking these drums though.
Bit more energy to close things out. Kind of what I was looking for, but kind of didn't really go to a mountain peak still.
Do you want to hear what my theory is for Carla's song? Okay,
What?
so my theory, based on those lyrics, and people can tell me if I'm wrong, and in fact, people can tell me who Carla is, and tell me if I'm close with this, because I probably am miles off. But Carla is somebody that Harry cares about, clearly, and what he's saying, and putting this album at the end, putting this song at the end of the album, and he's saying, "I know what you like, you can hear it anytime," all this stuff. Has he changed directions for one person? Has this person influenced his music in a way that they really like the electronic style of things, and he's saying, "I know what you like," and kind of this is the end of the album, and this is a piece saying like, "I hope you've enjoyed the album because actually I made this whole thing for you."
I think you're absolutely off it.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think that he's just saying about
but
previous or current love interest that I know what you really like and what you do in life and what things
I know
you're
what you
into.
like to
no, but what
hear,
you
though.
really like.
Okay.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know you properly.
But
I think
that's a good theory, though.
No, you've just.
Come
I
on.
mean, you've gone weird there, mate. Really, I don't know where that's come from. But anyway, that was Kiss all the time, disco occasionally. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think none of it particularly upset me, and there was some really, really good moments for the production. There was one or two tracks where the vocals were really impressive. I mean, not that they were bad throughout the entire project, but the entire time I couldn't get away from this feeling that I kind of felt like I was in an elevator.
Right.
And I was like in the Universal Music offices, and this was just playing in the background. And I kind of feel like that's what this album gives me. It gives me, if it's on, I wouldn't care. Positively or negatively.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I think it is... I think it's better than I thought it would be. That's what I'm going to say. I think it was more experimental than I expected it to be. I expected it to be a lot more phoned in. After Aperture, I knew that track was a bit more out there because that's kind of the selling point for the album. It's kind of that introduction to say, look, I'm not going down the same route this time. I am going to change things up. This isn't something that you've heard before. And I feel like the rest of the album did actually follow that way more closely than I expected it to. I expected there to be a lot more safer songs on here. And like we were saying, it is sanitized is the word I want to use, where I feel like it has gone through multiple revisions where the label or somebody else has gone, can we just bring it down a little bit? We don't want it to alienate your fans here. And I think he's achieved as much as he could possibly achieve being somebody in the position that he's in. And I know that's a very diplomatic way to put it. I just don't think...
I think that's bollocks.
I don't think he could go fucking above and beyond and do a whole fucking... There was some bits in this that was very reminiscent of Aphex Twin, which is such an out there artist. To have those influences in there and to even manage to have that in a palatable album, in palatable songs that the general masses are going to like. Because this is the thing you got to remember. Harry Styles makes music for the masses in the same way as Bruno Mars does and all these other artists. They are aiming to please as many people as they can. So they can't just go fucking apeshit and start throwing the most insane sound you've ever heard in there. It still has to be listenable.
Do you know what I think? You've mentioned Aphex Twin, you mentioned 21 Pilots, you mentioned the Beatles, you mentioned earlier like hip hop and funk music influences. That was all there, but none of it was even as good as any of the songs in those genres. Like that song that you were saying was very similar to 21 Pilots, wasn't as good as 95% of 21 Pilots songs. The same for Aphex Twin. There was like a hint. There was a calling from above. Yeah, and that's all good. But for me, this album, again, it wasn't bad, but it just felt safe. I didn't dislike it, but it felt not uninspired. I don't know. Like you mentioned there, Aperture was the track where we were like, oh, is this going to be really experimental? I think Aperture was the most experimental track, really. I think apart from that, it didn't do all else. It just kind of stayed on that path and then had the odd calmer moment. Every now and then they'd go a bit ham on the hi-hats. And it just didn't really it didn't do much. Like it wasn't bad, but it didn't do much. It was just there.
Does this make you feel like you want to go and listen to other music in Harry Styles' discography though to discover more?
I actually think Harry Styles' discography in terms of lyrical content and more emotional songs from what I have heard could be a nice thing to listen to in a completely different lane to this. My thing on this album is it picked a new lane, but I don't think it dedicated itself to it. I think it went, we're going to try this, but we're not really. We're just going to make sure that people don't hate it. And it's achieved that, but it didn't jump out to me.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised. I say that quite often. With this one, I was... Yeah, it was more than I was expecting. I get what you're saying and completely understand what you're saying. Not at all invalid, and I think a lot of people will feel how you feel about it. For me personally, I just never expected Harry Styles to make music like this, and I think his voice works really well with it. And I'm just happy that we've got an album in this style with Harry Styles' voice and people can listen to it and enjoy it.
But let me ask you a question, like an honest answer. Did it inspire you? Are you going to go home and be like, I really want to listen to that again?
Probably not, no. Probably
that's
not.
It. That's it for me.
No,
like, but I agree with you. I'm happy Harry Styles has done something a little bit different and, maybe brought some more of his fans into a different style of music to a certain extent. But
But will we see? This is the thing. So with these albums, I always feel like it's a stepping stone point, and this is as experimental as he can get without pushing boundaries too far. So hang on. No. Wait, I know you don't like that idea, but you got to remember these are fucking giant artists. They can't just all of a sudden come out with a fucking full-on dubstep album. It's just not going to work. I know this isn't even close to that, but I feel like potentially the next release that we see from Harry Styles could be what you were after with this release. Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let us know what your favourite track from Kiss All the Time Disco Occasionally was, and tell us how you feel about the album, honestly. Do you agree with me kind of feeling a little underwhelmed? Do you with Tim, where you're quite happy that he's tried something new? And while you're there, hit like and subscribe.
Thank you very much for watching.